Hey guys, this is Ricardo and welcome to another Blog Tech Tips. So guys, today we'll look at the DZ09 Smartwatch that you're seeing here. And of course, this is the full in-depth review after actually honing the device for a few weeks and actually going through the motions and using it on a daily basis. So I think it's time for the review. So let's get straight into it. The first thing you want to realize about the DZ09 Smartwatch is that these are effective and affordable Chinese watches. You can pick these up for about $14. It can go as high as $20, $30 or even more. Alright, and what makes them fun is that they make a great companion for any Android smartphone, and also they make great companion devices for your iPhone as well, but they do work best with the Android devices such as the Samsung Galaxy and other devices. So if you're always been eyeing a smartwatch, the DZ09 is a great one to actually pick up. Alright, the first thing I like about the DZ09 is the responsiveness of the screen. Now the first thing that you'll notice after owning this and actually charging it out the box for it to actually start working is it looks a little bit thick and the weight is not too heavy, but in comparison to other smartwatches that you might have held in hand, you'll notice there's a little bit of weight to it. Not too much that it becomes uncomfortable, but just enough that it will become noticeable. For example, if I have it on the wrist, I always know it's there. Alright, but it's not too heavy. I like the build material. The straps look very sturdy and firm, as you can see here. They are made out of rubber, and of course you can see the back here, there's a speaker grill along with the charge port and the connection port at the back here, and it's easy to open up. I find that quite easy. SIM installation was quite nice. You can also see my video on that, and of course it fits quite well with various strap adjustments to fit almost any size wrist. So if you have a small wrist like mine, it will go on quite easy, or a larger one will still work. Alright, the only control button on the front is this main button here that's used for powering on and off, and also for actually waking up the device. There's also a camera and a mic. Let's go into the interface. Now you might think for such a small interface that it's actually unresponsive. It's actually quite responsive and it's very accurate. Compared to other phones that I've used, even fully blown Android devices, sometimes the display on those cheaper devices can actually be very inaccurate. Now as you can see here, I'm just going to show you that it's very accurate. I'm going to multiply 2 times 2, and as you see there, I've hit the numbers each time and it gives the correct output. So the display actually gives the output quite easily. Alright, all you gotta do is take time. The screen is nimble, but it does work fine. You can actually get contacts and calls. You can use it as a standalone device, or you can actually use it by syncing it to your phone, where calls coming in would go directly to the phone. So you choose. As long as you have a micro SIM card, or a nano SIM card I should say, it will fit right in here, and that's usually the smallest SIM card that most devices are using today, along with a 8GB SD card or higher. It will only hold a maximum of 16 gigabytes. So if you have anything over 16 gigabytes, this will not accept it for storage. Bluetooth devices such as my Bluetooth headset seen here will connect quite easily. So you can actually go ahead and connect these to make calls, listen to your music, and so on. Pictures also go on quite nicely. I'll show you a picture. You can transfer these from your smartphone, or you can actually use the built-in camera. If you want to see the built-in camera, I'll show you right now. Now the built-in camera is right around, and as you can see, the angle is a bit off, and you do have to hold it at some odd angles for it to actually pick up something that you want due to the position of the camera, but it does work. So if you look right about here, you'll notice my hand is over the camera, but the positioning, I do not like it as it's pointed just around here, and positioning just to take a picture can be tricky. Alright, as for pictures, you can actually go to the file system, and as I'm about to show you here, I've taken some pictures from another device and they're on my memory card. So let's go down. I'll just show you receive, and they were sent by Bluetooth, and of course you can see the pictures right here. So here's a picture, and of course you can judge the quality. This was not taken by the device, this was downloaded from my other phone, but as you can see here, the pictures come up quite nicely. You can see them clearly, and of course they're looking quite nice. Okay, and of course here's another image, and as you can see, there's no problem making out the pictures. The colors reproduction is great. You can make out everything in a scene and so on. You can also play music, but for copyright concerns I'll not play any here. And as you can see here, guys, the interface is easy to navigate. There are not a lot of apps. You can get third-party apps that you download that were specially created for this, but for the bare minimum, you're going to realize that there's not a ton load of apps that you're going to find on the device, right? So most of the features come through connecting this device with your other phones. When it comes to Bluetooth is actually quite nice. You can easily go ahead, turn on Bluetooth, and of course there it's on, and of course all you gotta do is just turn on the other device, for example my headset here. Alright, so once it's on, you can actually go into search new device, and there you go. You can see that my device is still there. You can see the Befoni BE10, that's this device here, and all you gotta do is just hit connect and simply wait, and there you go, it says connected, and it's now connected. And of course you can make calls, you can listen to music, and you can look to see that it's actually connected over here. Notice the Bluetooth symbol. It's quite hard to see, but it's up there, right around there. Alright, use apps such as BT Notifier to actually connect your device to your smartphone, which makes it quite easy as a companion app. However, if you do not want to do that, it can work as a standalone device. Just place a SIM card inside, and of course if you want to use features such as WhatsApp, Twitter or Facebook and other similar apps, what you have to actually do is actually get a SIM card that actually have internet access, or that's access that's provided by your provider. Remember, charges do apply, and you can actually launch and download these applications to your phone fully. They are not fully downloaded now. They only work whenever you're in with a standalone SIM inside. Now you might think this is Android. It's not. It's its own operating system. It does look quite similar. It's hard to get new applications, but they do exist. All right, you can actually scan the barcode here for the downloaded application, which is BT Notifier, and of course you can browse the internet if you have a SIM card that actually supports internet browsing through your service provider. There's a pedometer to actually track steps, but will only work on launch. There are profiles for various situations. You can track your sleep, and of course there's a warning to tell you when you sit down too long, called the sedentary reminder, to tell you to actually get up and go walk, which is quite a cool feature. And of course there are the other cool stuff like the camera. There's audio player. Once you have your music on your device, you can record sound. And of course there's the calendar, the calculator that works, the alarm clock. You can go into settings, and of course settings would involve things such as customizing the look and feel of the device and so on. You can also do remote notifications for your messages, which takes them from your phone. There's the gallery for the camera up here, and of course there's a file manager, and of course you can use remote capture once BT Notifier is connected to your phone, where you actually see what's on your phone's camera, what your phone camera is seeing remotely, which is quite cool. All right, and of course you can see your call log, messages, dialer, contacts. Right, so that's it basically for most things that are on this device. And of course I have connected supported videos for all of these features now to set them up. Alright guys, so this has been my review of the DZ09 Smartwatch. If you're thinking of picking up one of these devices, I would tell you to go ahead for the minimalistic price of just $14 or so. You're getting quite a capable device that's a standalone cell phone. It also stores your media files and so on that you can actually use to actually capture pictures, record video and so on. It's great as a companion to your phone or as a standalone device. that takes calls, and for its surprisingly small size, it actually has a great screen, and although it's small, it produces great colors and actually gives a lot of cool features that you may want to actually explore and try out. Battery life is not super great, especially if you're using it as a phone to make calls, so you might want to actually keep that in mind. It does charge slow. I think it takes about 2 hours, but what you want to actually do, guys, is to make sure that you only use it sparingly, as making repeated calls and so on will actually drain the battery. Taking pictures is cool, but the position of the camera makes it quite difficult to do that, which I think was an oversight. They should have actually placed the camera low or made a extra bend down here to actually allow for the camera to be here, because placing your wrist at certain angles makes it difficult to actually take pictures. But overall, I don't think you'll be taking lots of pictures, but it does have a cool it's actually nice to actually have the feature built in. As you want to see here, guys, the camera is not super high resolution, but it does produce okay pictures, okay enough just to see, but not enough detail to actually later on clearly identify everything. It's very low resolution, but it was a nice gesture to actually have the feature built in. All right, so guys, do I say you should buy this? Yes, definitely buy it. As I said, it's affordable, and of course you can always play around with the features, and if anything, you can use it for time, date, and reminders and notices. You can actually record stuff. So overall, I say go ahead and buy this. It's a great deal. Your money will not be wasted. It is quite cool. It looks very authentic, and you do get a watch, which is great, and something you can't say about other Chinese devices that are cheap and throwaway devices. So out of 10, I'll give this about a 7, and that 7 is given for functionality, ease of use, and of course if they keep tweaking these things and improving them, they'll get even better and better. So guys, I won't draw on this video any longer. You can actually check out the other tutorials. Alright, so it's Ricardo from Blog Tech Tips, saying back till next time. Bye.